everyone, in today's video I will be drawing Zayn Malik. This drawing session was interesting. I don't know if it was my mindset or what, but there are several times when I'd grab the pencil, stop, then change my mind, and then grab the blending stump. I'm not sure why, but maybe I was thinking too much. This drawing actually did take me a little bit longer to do. But here I went in with the shading. This particular picture, I believe the light source is in front of him, so there isn't a predominantly darker side to his face. So the shadow or the shading wasn't so intense this time around. I've been thinking about drawing him for a while, and it's funny because this is the reference photo I've always had in mind. It makes me giggle because this picture apparently made lots of fans lose it. They were the One Direction were at some event, and in the midst of having his Zayn Malik's picture taken, a strand of his hair fell down in his face and sent the fans going wild. So I guess the power of a strand of hair. When I draw, I try not to draw with a pencil too much. My childhood drawing teacher once said something to the effect of, "Don't draw lines, use shading to define the picture." I'm probably butchering how she said it, but it always stuck with me. So I use the blender more often to bring the picture to life rather than rely solely on the pencil. Obviously, I use the pencil for detail work, but then I use the blending stump for most of the time. If you see here with his nostrils and his lips, I have a faint outline, and then rather than use the pencil to define it, I use the blending tool to pull from the outline that's already there. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I do. Hopefully that makes sense. And as usual, I'm working from right to left because I'm left-handed. I used to draw all over the place when I was younger, kind of sporadic. I'd smudge the paper and such. So over the last year, whenever I draw, I've been trying to train myself to have this system of working from right to left, and also to have a piece of paper there to protect from smudging. Something I've been learning and have been actually liking is shading the face first, then go back with the scruffles or the beard. I used to not do that. I know it's not a new concept, but it is to me, and I'm finding that it helps add something extra when drawing. Here now, I'm shading the other side of his face, finding all the shadows, and again, not too intense this time because the light source is in front of him where all the flashing cameras were. And I know here his eye looks a little crossed, but I do go back and fix it. I will say, he has an amazing voice, very talented. I think one of my favorite songs by him is Dusk Till Dawn, especially that last bit toward the end of the song. Someone, I think, isolated his vocals, and it's very, very pretty. You should definitely check it out if you haven't yet. And as I draw, I notice that there's more shading that needs to be done. So I kind of go back and do that, but it's nice to have like the groundwork of the shading already there and then kind of go back and intensify it or add just a little bit more to it to define the picture some more. I actually like the way this ear turned out. I think it turned out pretty well. It wasn't until drawing this photo that I realized he had some curls behind his ear. I thought he had short hair in this picture. Guess not. Of course, I guess you realize these things when you have to stare at it as a reference. And here I didn't go into great detail with his jacket. I think I was trying to psych myself up for his hair. I was like, I don't want to do the detail work on his jacket because I have a lot of detail work to do on his hair. was kind of dreading doing his hair because I wanted to do it justice. I think it turned out alright though. It's not perfect, but I'm learning. I went in and I tried to find the patterns in the sections, and then I started at the ends with some pressure and then lightened the pressure of my pencil or blending tool as I went into the middle so that you could see the shape and the highlights of his hair. So yeah, this whole section is just me freaking out the whole time, trying not to mess it up, trying to make it look good. I'm a perfectionist and I'm working on not beating myself up when something doesn't turn out right or perfect. Fun fact for you, maybe. I've actually already drawn Louis Tomlinson twice. Both times it wasn't perfect, or to my level of standard, I guess. They're fine, but they aren't great. And I really beat myself up that second time it didn't turn out well, so maybe I'll try and draw him again, and maybe third time's a charm. Alright, so back to Zayn's hair. I went in and smoothed it all, darkened it up a bit, added some finishing touches, and I told myself I did a good job. Again, it's not perfect, but I think I did a good job. And then last but not least, we gotta do the infamous Strand. Then, ta-da! Gotta sign it. There are a couple things I could have done a bit better, but that's okay. I'm proud of how it turned out. Thanks for stopping by my little corner of YouTube. If you have any suggestions on who you'd like me to draw next, let me know. This video was someone's recommendation, so thank you for that. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!